What's up, Lovebugs? It has been so long since we have talked and just caught up and catching up with each other. So, if you don't know me, if you're new to my channel, my name is Zakia Brewer. Everybody call me Kia, and I have just graduated from Grand Valley, so I am now an alum at Grand Valley, and it's been some time, so I'm just gonna kind of get straight into it. This video is kind of a little difficult for me, but that's okay because I like to be transparent, and I'm just a down-to-earth real person, and I want to bring you guys in on what's been going on with me, why I've been kind of gone, and what made me kind of come back a little bit. And so I do have my phone right here if you see me look down or whatever, but really it's not even notes, it's just things that I've written down through this whole process, and just to kind of bring me back if I get lost or whatever. Right, so let's get straight into it. Whew. So this semester, starting in January of 2019, I decided to go to counseling. My first reason is because I watched this girl Jayla, and I've also talked to a few people and actually listened to different podcasts, and I found that a lot of them were going to counseling, and they all talk about their experience and how they didn't want to go or anything like that, and how it has helped them since they have gone to counseling. So Jayla and Black Girls Podcast are one of the top two of why I decided to go to counseling. And it's nothing extremely wrong with me for to say, but that's the first thing of why I decided to go to counseling, is because I kind of look at my problems and I'm oh, they're not that big. I see people around me who are going through way worse than I am, so Zakia, swallow whatever is going on with you and keep it moving. It's not a pity party, and someone else is going through more than what you're going through, so why make it a big deal? Anyway, so I decided to go to counseling. Second, because I was graduating from Grand Valley, and here at our campus, our counseling center is free. So you have 10 sessions to go for free before you have to pay a little fee or whatever, but until then you can go for free. And I was okay, this is for free, why not take this chance and work on yourself? And I've been talking to God, and asking him to stretch me and help me in my next steps of life and everything. And I was just God was showing me that there is a little bit that you need to work on in the inside for me to help you as well. And that's one of the biggest things in the Black community, with the stigma of just mental health counseling, therapy altogether, is that oftentimes we think that we're supposed to be strong all the time, and we don't need to go anywhere to let out our problems. We're strong enough, we'll get through it. And that's been a stigma in the Black community. And also with us being so religious, we're just okay, God's gonna fix everything, which, don't get me wrong, he will, because I am a Christian myself, and I do believe that God help us through. But we also have to, he didn't bring us on the earth by ourselves, he brought people here to help us out. So the purpose of counseling is another part to help us out with who we are and what's going on with us. And so at least that's what it is for me. So anyway, I kind of had a little doubt going into it, because to be quite honest, I didn't want a white counselor. I didn't want a male counselor. I wanted a Black female to be my counselor, and I wanted that because I felt that that's where I can be more open to, where I won't be closed off. I can allow myself to really let this whatever is really work out. And so that's why I decided to, I wanted that for myself. I was granted the opportunity to have a female as my counselor, and she wasn't Black. She's Arabic, but she was someone like, she wasn't white, just plain blank period. So that already had brought me a little like more comfortable with the situation altogether, where I'm like, okay, I can do this, let's see if this works out. And my first 2 counseling sessions were the most difficult ones, because I'm a person where you may see me stressed or something, you may think that I'm stressing, but best and believe, like, I don't say anything. I'm not going to open up about it. If someone hurt me, I'm just going to keep moving. I close down. I only keep who I want around. So if you hurt me, I just kind of shut you out. And I just don't really open up a lot. Like, I don't know, I always, because I'm that friend who listens to everyone else and what they may be going through, and I want to make sure, because that's just how I am, that everyone around me is always okay. And I put that on myself more than I should. And that is why it was hard for me to go to counseling, well, my first 2 sessions, because I'm not used to opening up to someone. I'm not used to like talking about what is going on in the inside of me. I'm so used to just letting it go down and just never bringing it back up ever again. So anyway, that's how the session started. And I was just like really trying to be open, and I pushed myself. And that's the biggest thing with counseling. You have to like set aside how you may feel or what you think is going to happen or anything. I went in there with an open book, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was going to help or not help. Like, I just did not know. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to, God, allow me to open up to this person and trust this process and see where it goes. Because if I don't allow this to be genuine, then it's not like, there's nothing that's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to benefit out of it at all. And so I told her, like, it's going to be hard for me to open up, but I am willing to put in the work. I'm willing to do whatever you may ask me to do, because I trust you and I trust God in this process. And so just saying that out loud was like confirmation that, okay, like, this is gonna do something for me. Things that I didn't think were a big deal in my life turned out to be pretty big, more than what I expected. Like, for instance, being in a leadership position with so many things that I do, I didn't realize like why I put so much pressure on myself. And it had to do with things that happened when I was younger, of this extra pressure of looking at my siblings and what they may have went through or anything like that. And I took other people's situations and their life issues, and I said, that can't happen to you. And so telling myself that at such a young age and carrying it on for so long, I put that pressure that I can't let people down, that I can't let people see me struggling or not having my life together. And that extra pressure made me say, you can't make any mistakes here. Like, you have to be perfect. And we know that no one's perfect in the world, but to have that, like, to push yourself to that limit of you have to be perfect, or you have to make sure everything is right, or you cannot make any mistakes, you cannot let anyone see you down, like, making myself, like, it was like building up, and I did not even know until I went to counseling. And she dig deep and was like, well, why do you feel this way? What made you even think this? And I had to sit there and really think about it. And that's the good thing for counseling, is oftentimes in life we're always moving. We're trying to do the next thing. We're trying to see what's next in our life. We're always moving, and we don't ever give ourselves time to really sit and be and like listen to our thoughts and talk out what's going on in the inside. We just kind of let it fly by and keep moving in our life. And having that in my life, I was able to know that, okay, out of this much time in my day, I'm about to go to counseling, and for this amount of time, it's Zakia, whatever you need to let out. Being in that, like, room, it was just like, okay, I can't go nowhere, I can't do anything, so let's think about what this trigger was. Why did this happen to me? Why did I react the way I reacted? And so one of the good things that I can say for the person who was my counselor was, every session I walked in there, and I knew this was always going to be the question by the third time I went to the session. She would say, okay, what do you want to talk about today? What's been going on with you? And knowing like that was going to be the question, I still like would go in there and I would think of like certain things that we could talk about, but I never was just like, oh, I'm going to talk about this. But it would be like, all right, like, oh, this happened, oh, this happened, this happened. And whatever pops in my head first, I'd be like, oh, well, you know, this week, this is what happened, or this is what's been going on, type of thing. And that always like start a conversation, and it goes into a whole direction that I didn't even know like what it would go into, type of thing. So I think that's the biggest thing for a counselor on their behalf to do, is allow whoever that person is in a room to be able to like share what they're going through, and then react off of that, other than coming in and being like, so last week we talked about this, and so have you figured this out? Like, did you make any changes? Like, she would just say what happened, talk about it, and then we'll connect it to maybe one of our sessions that we had before, and be like, well, you know, previously we talked about this, so this is another connection. How do you see the connection, if you see a connection? So it was like, that was the biggest, like the biggest part of the whole process, is her being able to allow me to just be me and not pushing me to be someone different or whatever. The things that I learned was that I need to love myself more, and I need to have more confidence in myself. And I found that out because a lot of times when someone would congratulate me, or when somebody would give me a compliment, oftentimes I kind of just shut it down, or I look at, oh, well, I could work on this and I can do this better. But it was never okay, thank you, and oh yeah, you know, like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be conceited with yourself or just doing the most, but you can love yourself. It's okay to be like, girl, you did that. Like, you did your thing. Like, that was you. You put that on. You did that. It's okay to say that. And I need to start listening to myself more. And that goes with just like listening to my thoughts, being okay with everything being quiet. Really feeling out what's going on. Like, okay, Kia, why do you feel this way right now? Other than, oh, it's nothing, let's keep moving on in my life. All right, what I gotta do next, type of thing. And self-care, child, I need to work on that for sure. I need to work on that. Like, she asked me like from beginning to the end, like, all right, like, what did you do this week? Like, did you like spend some time to yourself? Like, did you do this? And I would be like, I mean, you know, I went to my room for the night and just me and myself. Like, it was little things, but it was nothing like, all right, like, right for tonight, or, you know, oh, go get your hair done, or go get your nails done, type of thing. Like, I need to just have more self-care. Also, this was the biggest thing, me shutting down. Like, I'm horrible at it, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm horribly good at it, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I shut down so fast that it's really a problem. Like, that's the biggest thing that I learned. Like, me shutting down is a big problem, because like, what I learned is that you didn't gotta open up to everybody, because you're not obviously gonna trust everybody. But like, I cannot shut down. When something is bothering me, I need to say, okay, Kia, you need to go to this person, you need to talk to them, or you need to write it down, or whatever way it makes you feel like you have let it out, you need to do that. Because if somebody does something to me, I will, like, all right, check in my head, and next time I see them or anything, like, I would just be like, because I don't want them to see me, oh, you made me feel some type of way, or anything. Like, I want them to see like, oh, you was nothing. Oh, that didn't hurt me. You ain't did nothing to me. Like, other than being like, okay, like, no, this person really did hurt you. Whatever this person really said to you made you really feel some type of way. Or whatever their reaction or actions that they did, their attitude, whatever, like, made you feel some type of way. And you need to express that. And I need to just stop shutting down so fast with everything. I need to just be more open. But I don't have to be an open book to everyone. But I need to, like, allow myself to express how I feel more. And so, child, I'm working on it. If you're working on it with me, comment below. Tell me something that you're trying to work on, because we can push each other, but we first need to identify what we're trying to work on. That's the problem. We need to identify it. But it's okay to mess up, and having that so much pressure on myself, I was just like not allowing room for me to mess up and be like, okay, you messed up, it's okay, you made a mistake, let's see how you can work at it. Not saying like, oh, go out there and just make all the mistakes in the world, but sometimes, like, and like, we make mistakes. That's how we learn, period. Like, we learn by making mistakes, and it's okay. And we have to give ourselves that room. I have to give myself that room to be like, all right, Kia, you made a mistake. You messed up this time. You may not make somebody proud. It's okay. It is okay. Like, it's all right to just not make someone proud for once. Like, it's fine, and I have to realize that. And my third one I can say is making other people proud. Those two connect, because I want to make everyone proud, and I gotta make sure that, like, I don't even know what it is. You see, I still need to go to counseling. Like, I don't even know what the, like, why is so, like, why I'm so pressed of making people proud. Honestly, I know it has something to do with just like me, like my growing up aspect, but I allowed the extra pressure to continue on. And other than it just being, oh, I'm trying to just make these two people proud, is I'm trying to make this person proud, that person back there proud, over there proud. Like, you're trying to make so many people proud, and that you're gonna make mistakes. And so if you don't make that person proud, like, don't downplay yourself. Don't just put all that pressure on yourself or make yourself feel shitty. Honestly, like, you don't have to do that to yourself. You can be like, it's alright, you made a mistake, you messed up, you didn't make that person proud, it's alright, you okay, like, you're good. You need to just know that it's okay to let your light shine. Like, you can be like, I did that, it was me. Like, it's okay, because someone is going, like, people are going to see you, and your light is going to shine, because God has brought you on this earth for a reason, for you a certain task, and he brought you down on this earth to fulfill it and accomplish it. And we're all here on different tasks. None of our tasks are the same. And in that task, we're going to make mistakes. We're not going to make everyone proud. Sometimes we won't make God proud. But we have to be okay with picking ourselves back up and saying, all right, we gotta fix this. We gotta make this better. It's all right to just be okay with who you are. We're not perfect. Never will be perfect. And so we have to take that extra pressure off of ourselves of trying to be the perfect human being. We can only be as good as we allow ourselves to be. And that goes into, I think, my last part of this video. At the end of my counseling session, which I am very sad about, because that was my safe space. That was my safe space for sure. And now I'm trying to figure out what my next safe space will be. But because I've never been so open to a stranger before, and I really connected with her. Like, there was a connection, and I think that's what allowed me to blossom through that process, and it has for sure helped me. And I do want to go back to counseling, and that's going to be the hard part because I have opened up to this one person and I don't want to open up to so many other people. But I have to realize that sometimes in life we need a safe space. We need that thing that allows us to just pour out without anyone commenting on, you know, like, of course commenting, but commenting on what they may think you should do or how you should go about it, but just genuinely being there listening and helping you with whatever you may be going through. And I need to find that safe space again, because it helped me to know, like, it helped me to be a better person, honestly, just with everything. Be a better leader, be a better friend, be a better sister, be a better daughter. Like, it has helped me in so many ways. And also I've learned genuinely so much in such a short period of time that it's like now I can help someone else out. Even if I'm like, you just need to go to counseling. And let me tell you why. And this is why I'm doing this video. You don't even have to be counseling, but you need to find someone in your life that you can just open up to, pour out to, like, fully, with no like close shed of anything, but just allowing everything to be genuinely opened and transparent in it. And I think counseling is perfect, but it may not be for everyone. It may not be. I don't know. I thought it wasn't perfect for me. I thought it wasn't going to be good for me, but it turned out that it was something totally different than what I expected. I kept it a secret, not for the fact that I didn't want people to know, but I wanted to really work on myself without people trying to judge or trying to figure out, oh, like, she went to counseling, that's why she acted like this or this and that. Like, I wanted to genuinely work on myself, from my relationship with God to my relationship with myself, and how those two can tie in together so much to help you be a better person altogether. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about the last part, my last session with my counselor. You know, like a vision board, how you usually do, you like cut out stuff on the magazine, you put it on your vision board of what you want for that whole year. Well, this was something different. She wanted us to do, it's called the gemstone, I believe. Finish the session off by us, like, looking through magazines and finding a word that that either we want to remember as, okay, I was at counseling during this time, or a word that says, okay, I learned this at counseling, so don't do this next time. Or a word that motivates you. Like, the word could be whatever you want it to be, and it can mean anything. Like, it doesn't have to connect to counseling. It can connect to counseling, but it can just be whatever you want it to be. And so she gave me like the little gem, the little stone or whatever, and then she gave me like a magazine to choose from, and I looked through all the words and I found the word stop. And you're like, what? Like, would you choose stop for? Like, stop. I move so fast in life of always having to do something, always wanting to do something, gotta be busy 24/7. Child, I can't sit down. And also stop because you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You want to be perfect. It's okay. You made a mistake. Calm down. You're gonna get through it. So stop means so all of that. It means stop putting that pressure on yourself. Stop trying to make everyone proud. Make yourself proud. Make God proud. Stop with, all right, you are overwhelming yourself. You're tiring yourself out. You need to take some self-care for yourself. And stop mean remember all the things that you learned during your counseling, during all your sessions. So now she also did one, and she gave it to me, and she put the word open, and I'm like, open? What? Like, what does that have to do with anything? And she was like, open because she wants me to remember that, to be open, to not shut down when people have done something to me or I feel some type of way about someone, to be open, to allow myself to say whatever I feel, like whatever that person made me feel, to be open with them, to allow myself to not shut down and be so quick to just be like, yep, I'm not messing with that person anymore, cut them off. Like, to just be open. And then she also chose open because she said that I was open. She was like, I thank you for like being open. Then she brought it back to like our first session, and she asked me what is one of the difficult things, is what's going to be so challenging for you during this whole time. And I told her being open, because I'm not used to being open or expressing how I feel or laying my emotions out or thoughts out. I'm not used to that at all. So she said that I was like, that is like, through my challenging times, that I continue to stay open. And even when it was difficult and I just didn't want to say anything, like, I pushed myself to be like, stay open, stay present and what's going on right now, stay present. She gave me a challenge, and it could go into if I find another counselor or just like through life or whatever. But she says that she challenged me to be open, and that means that I don't have to be open to everyone. I don't need to pour out my thoughts and my emotions and my feelings with every friend, with every family member, with every person I meet. Like, that's not what she means. But to be open and finding that someone I can talk to, that person that I can pour out to, that person that I don't feel like is judging me, my safe space. And that's what I was talking about, finding my safe space. And so she says that she wants to challenge me to be more open and finding someone to talk to. And don't put so much pressure on yourself of trying to be the strong person for everyone. Like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to just pour out, it's okay to not be strong all the time. I was like, Kia, you doing all of this, you're tired. And that's why I went to counseling, because I was tired, I was drained, I didn't have anything else to give to anyone. I couldn't give anything to myself, and it was just so much that I learned. And I hope like this helps someone else out here. And even like being open to the world like this, it was really hard and difficult, but we made it through. We made it. But I really wanted to do this because I know that someone else can be going through what I may be going through. You might be struggling with what I'm struggling with, and I want to let you know that I'm here, and I'm trying to get through life as you're trying to get through life. And with me graduating and finding my next journey in life, counseling was a perfect way to end my college life, my college career, and really helped me to even be more open to God and to trust Him and have more faith in Him as well. And so we're in this journey together, guys, and I love you. And comment below, let me know what you may be going through, and also share this with your friends, your family, whoever you may feel need this. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next vlog.